Hi there. I wanted to go over the import-export pipeline between Blender and Unreal using the FBX format. So I have a simple scene here in Unreal, which we're going to be dropping our FBXs in or static meshes in once we import them, as well as some assets to verify a few pieces of critical information, which is our scale and our forward-facing axis. And these two things are really important so that one, when you're creating something in, say, Blender or Maya or 3ds Max, it's coming into Unreal at the same scale and size as well as orientation. So that if you're building something in Blender on the grid, it's going to come in as expected in the right orientation here in Unreal, without having to do some weird conversions after the fact or fixing things. Like, you just want to be, what you see is what you get, and as little data flipping or changing in between the two packages. So the first thing that we want to do is verify what our unit of measure is. So to do that, in Unreal, we'll go to Edit, and we'll go to Editor Preferences, and we'll do units here in the search bar, and our measuring tool units is centimeters. So we're in the metric system here in Unreal. So let's go verify the same thing in Blender. So I'll open up Blender here, and if you click on your scene button here and go to units, you'll see that the unit system is metric. So 1 unit in Blender, which is a centimeter, is the same as 1 unit in Unreal, which is also a centimeter. So that's great. So our units are the same, so it should be apples to apples comparison. So if we export a 1 meter unit cube in Blender, we should get the same thing when we import it here in Unreal. And to verify that, let's set up a couple test cases. So the first one, we're going to set up a cube for scale. So we're going to add a mesh, go to Shapes, Cube, and I'm just going to hit the End key to drop this down onto the ground here. And let's verify what size this is. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to Browse to Asset. It's going to bring us to our engine, content, and basic shapes, which is stock in Unreal once you install. So if you hover over this, you'll get some information here, but I'm going to double click this to bring up the full static mesh viewer. And you'll see the approximate size here is 100 by 100 by 100. So 100 centimeters cubed, and 100 centimeters is a meter. So this is a 1 meter cubed asset. So that's going to be a great size comparison once we export something and import it back into Unreal. So we've got a 1 meter cubed unit here. And one thing to note is that if you're looking at the landscape here and you notice that it looks like it's only 10 units, it's actually 100, but our grid snap is to 10, and each one of these squares on a landscape by default is 10. So we can verify that by moving along the grid, and you can see I'm snapping to each one of these squares. So that's just something that you might get tripped up on, just to make a note there. Our second test is going to be the forward-facing test, which if we go to our content folder, if you've installed the third-person camera assets, you'll have access to these. Otherwise, you can just kind of follow along. So I'm going to drop Quinn here into the world, and you'll notice that she is Y positive, and we can verify that by double-clicking her, and we can look down the y-axis here. So she's y positive with a z up. So Unreal is y positive, z up, and that's going to be a great way that we can verify our assets once we bring them in. So let's head over to Blender and set up a couple test assets that we're going to export and then import back into here. So I've got this scene here in Blender, and I'm going to first create a test asset for our scale, which is Shift A, and I'm going to go to Cube, and we've got our cube here. Now, one thing that I want to note when using basic assets or primitives in a package is that the size of the asset might not be what you would expect. So for instance, in this case, if I just drop down a cube, if I'm looking at the scale, it's 111, which can be misleading because if I look at my creation panel, it's actually a size of 2. So this is a 2-meter cube, not a 1-meter cube. So we want to make sure that we set this to 1 meter instead of 2. And notice that as I set that, the scale is always relative to whatever the creation size is, or the frozen size. So we've got our cube, and let's export that just as a quick test of scale. So go to export, FBX, and we're just gonna put a name here. So I'll do test cube 01 if I can spell. And then just gonna make sure that I have limit to selected objects, and I'm going to turn off baked animation. Everything else will leave the same for right now. So I'm going to export FBX, and then I'm going to come over to Unreal. I'm going to come to my static mesh, and I'll just put in my debug folder, and I'll do import, and I'll do test cube 01, and I'll reset these defaults just so you can see anything that I change. So I'm going to keep all of these the same. There's a convert scene option here, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but we're going to keep it true for now. And the only other thing that I'm going to change is I'm going to turn off this material import and this texture import because I'm going to be creating any meshes and materials and everything separately in Unreal. So I don't need to bring that stuff in with my assets. Going to click import, and we've got our static mesh. Cool. So let's drop it in the world. Awesome. So let's put this here, and visually it looks like it's the same. So let's just verify that by double clicking, and you can see that our approximate size of our static mesh test cube 01 is 100 by 100 by 100. Awesome. So we have a good scale here. So if we're working on the grid in Blender, then we're also going to be working on the grid in Unreal. So our assets will match. So now that we have that, let's right click, save that, and then we're going to go over to Blender. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'll move this out of the way, and I'm going to create Suzanne, the monkey. So note again, her size is 2 meters. I'm going to set that back down to 1. And if we look at our forward axis, it looks like our forward axis is negative y here in Blender. So it's z up, negative y forward, and x positive. So now that we have Suzanne here, we're going to export her. Export FBX. And I'm going to keep all these the same. Export that. Come in here. We'll do import. I think I accidentally saved her as test cube again. So let me re-export her real quick. FBX. Yeah, I did. Okay. Suzanne 01. Go over to here, import, test Suzanne. I'm going to keep these all the same real quick. Hit import and bring her in. Okay, cool. So it looks like we are getting the right orientation and the right scale. So that's great. Now, one thing that I want to mention here, if we go to the static mesh viewer by double clicking and we go down to the import settings, what I mentioned earlier is there's this convert scene option. So if I click that and I hit re-import, you'll notice that my access from the exported file is not the same as what Unreal would be expecting. So on export, I'm exporting to an axis alignment that isn't in line with either Unreal or Blender in this case, which can get a little bit confusing. It's nice that we have this convert scene, but let's take a look and see if we can get our access to align without needing this convert scene. So then we're having our data be as pure as possible without being altered on the import or the export, and we can make sure that it's all kind of one-to-one. So again, this is as much as what you see is what you get as you can. So a couple clues here. We've got Z is forward, okay, or negative Z, I suppose, because no, positive Z. And we've got the Y is kind of the like what would be up. So this can be a little hard to kind of wrap your head around, like trying to figure out like, oh, do I rotate it or move it, or which axis do I flip? And it's really a matter of what your target is and where you're going. And by that, what I mean is, if I go back over to the export, FB export, and if you look at our forward axis, it's Z, negative Z, right? So like in this case, you know, Suzanne is our axis in Blender is negative Y. So Suzanne's looking down the negative Y, and then in Unreal, we're looking on the Z-axis, and it seems like it's flipped. So, but one thing that we do know from our test earlier is that 3D, not 3ds Max, Unreal is Y forward with Z up. So let's see what happens if we export with these settings in alignment with where we want to be. So in Unreal, we want Y forward, Z up. We can export that, and we come back over to Unreal, and we'll import, and there you go. So now we can export out of Blender with the Y forward, Z up settings, and we can make sure that we're getting the right orientation without needing this convert scene. And like I said, this convert scene is really helpful, but the only thing though that is concerning to me is that it's kind of a black box. If you have that checked and you run into a problem down the line and something isn't orienting the right way, or kind of finding its way to the right place, or the scales where you're like, you know, this could be changing some of your orientation, right? Or like converting your units and stuff. So it's better to have an import-export pipeline where your one-to-one and your forward-facing is the same, and you're not having to do like an auto correct or anything like that. Like if you're exporting to your target, then you should have less issues in theory in the future. So the last thing that I just want to mention as far as exporting and importing is that Blender uses the origin when it's exporting your assets. So for instance, if I bring Suzanne over here and I export her again, and then I go back to Unreal and I re-import Suzanne, you'll notice that she is offset now. And we can also look at this in world, right? So we can see now that the pivot point is off. So if you're exporting out of Blender individually without a batch export or anything, you just want to make sure that your asset or your intended pivot point is in the center. And the thing that's a little bit confusing about this too is that if I'm rotating, you'll notice that my object center is in the middle where you would expect the pivot point when exporting and importing. But that's unfortunately not the case. So you need to make sure that your mesh is in the center. You can get around this with batch exporters, and I'm going to do a video on creating a simple batch export so that you can have metrics and all sorts of stuff. So for instance, if you had a bunch of size panels and stuff that you all wanted to export at the same time. I'll be going over that in a different video. But yeah, that's it for this. So file, export. I'm just gonna get Suzanne back to her nice place. And again, Y forward, Z up. And really it's a matter of what your forward axis, up axis target is for whatever the asset is. I hope this helped, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.